GPT-5.5 is now showing up in official OpenAI developer documentation and in OpenAI's Deployment Safety Hub. So this review is not going to pretend the model is magic, and it is not going to repeat every marketing claim as fact. We are going to separate three things: what OpenAI officially documents, what reputable reporting says, and what you should still test before moving real work onto it. The key question for viewers is simple: what is GPT 5.5 actually documented to do? OpenAI's developer docs frame it as a model family for complex real-world workflows, especially coding, tool-heavy agents, grounded assistants, long context retrieval, documents, spreadsheets, and customer-facing work. The model's page lists a 1 million token context window, up to 128,000 output tokens, and pricing of $5 per million input tokens and $30 per million output tokens. The safety card adds the other half of the story. This is a more capable agentic model, so teams should pair it with clear evaluation, permission, and monitoring rules. My short verdict is this: GPT 5.5 looks less like a chat upgrade and more like an agentic work model. The official positioning is about coding, tool-heavy agents, grounded assistants, long context retrieval, documents, spreadsheets, and workflows that need the model to keep going. If you use AI for casual answers, this may feel incremental. If you use it for software work, research, planning, and operating across tools, this is the category where the upgrade matters. OpenAI's own system card describes GPT 5.5 as designed for complex real-world work, writing code, researching online, analyzing information, creating documents and spreadsheets, and moving across tools. That wording matters. The target use case is not just a nicer answer. It is a model that understands the task earlier, asks for less guidance, uses tools more effectively, checks its work, and keeps going until the job is done. The API docs also include a practical warning. Treat GPT 5.5 as a new model family to tune for, not a drop-in replacement for older GPT 5 releases. That is the right advice. Prompts that overspecify every step may leave performance on the table. Tool-heavy apps need to verify assistant item replay, preambles, latency, token consumption, and end-to-end accuracy. In other words, the model may be smarter, but your product still needs evals. Public benchmark reporting is impressive, but it deserves caution. MarkTechPost reported 82.7% on Terminal Bench 2.0, 84.9% on GDPal, and 58.6% on SW Bench Pro. Those numbers point toward stronger coding and professional work performance. But benchmarks are not your application. They can be sensitive to test design, leakage, tool setup, and the exact comparison model. Use them as a signal, then run your own tasks. The OpenAI model's page lists GPT 5.5 at $5 per million input tokens and $30 per million output tokens, with a 1 million token context window and up to 128,000 output tokens. Compared with the listed GPT 5.4 prices, that is double the per token rate. The fair caveat is that a more capable model can sometimes finish in fewer turns or fewer total tokens. But if you run large agents at scale, this is a budget conversation, not just a capability conversation. The system card is also a reminder that stronger agents create new risk. OpenAI says it ran pre-deployment safety evaluations, preparedness framework reviews, targeted red teaming for advanced cyber and biology capabilities, and feedback from nearly 200 early access partners. That is meaningful. But the card also notes that many results are offline evaluations. Real deployments add messy users, plugins, permissions, files, browsers, and business rules. More autonomy means more guardrails, not fewer. If I were deciding today, I would split buyers into 3 groups. First, teams building coding agents, research agents, document workflows, or computer use automation should test GPT-5.5 immediately. Second, teams using GPT models mostly for summaries or support macros should compare quality against cost before switching. Third, anyone in regulated, high-risk, or customer-impacting workflows should wait for internal evals, logging, and approval gates before increasing autonomy. So my review score is strong, but conditional, 8.4 out of 10 for agentic professional work, and lower if your workload is simple chat. The official evidence supports that GPT 5.5 is a real, documented model family with developer guidance, pricing, context details, and a safety card. The open questions are independent benchmark replication, latency under real workloads, total cost per completed task, and how safely teams wire it into tools. The upgrade is exciting. The responsible move is to test it like infrastructure.